let's stop coming over the top, losing distance, slicing drives, losing them off to the right. You can fix this problem. It's a common problem, but you can really fix it. And what we're going to do today is really change the way you think about the golf club as a whole and how it swings around your body. This is such a simple driver lesson that's going to help you hit this longer and straighter every time. So we've all seen that kind of drive. You do it, your friend does it. We see these actions where the club wants to get out over here early and then we're pulling across the ball, even backing up into it and hitting slices. Let's stop that. And the easiest way for you to stop that is to change the part of the club you're actually thinking about. So often what golfers are thinking about is maybe where their hips are going, maybe a little bit about where their arms are going, and certainly maybe thinking like the club needs to be coming from in here and where's the club coming from. So they're really latching on to this part of the club or maybe an internal part of their body. But today, I want you to think of this bit, the grip. This is the bit we're going to start thinking about. And in particular, I want you to think about a top end and a bottom end. So this is the bottom end, this is the top end. Now at my grip, I've got a white bit round the top and a white bit round the bottom. And I'm going to reference these two white circles around my grip in relationship to each other. So as I set up to the ball, the bottom part of the grip is forwards of the back part of the grip. So if this is back, this is forwards, this is back of this, which makes sense. You obviously aren't setting up this way or with them stacked on top of each other. Then, as the club goes back, what will get slightly confusing, but hopefully not too confusing, is they're going to switch positions, meaning that's now the top, that's now the bottom, but I'm going to refer to this always as the bottom, even when it flips. So the bottom part of the grip to the top part of the grip is how I'm going to reference it. And yep, they're going to flip because obviously the club's going up and over your shoulder. Now, as I set the club back, point one you need to try and do as I set the club back, I want the bottom part of the grip to be back of the top part of the grip, which I think lots of you know. You're not going to set it back here, you'll stop and look, it's going slower at this point, you'd feel that's crazy. Lots of you will do that, where the bottom part of the grip is back of the top bit. Now, here's the real kicker. Then what I'm going to do on the downswing is to get my club coming more from the path I want it to come from here, to try and stop me over rotating early and chucking everything out here where they start to stack up. So from this camera you can see they're starting to get on top of each other, bottom of the grip to the top. I am going to try and get the bottom of the grip to stay behind, so behind the top of the grip for as long as I physically can, because what will happen at the bottom is they're going to catch up. So if you think about this angle, this is back of this. If I just rotate my body because the camera's fixed, they're going to catch up. I'm not actually moving that out. That club is just catching up with that camera, meaning it's lining up. Then to hit the ball, that bottom part will just throw out. So by trying to keep the bottom end of the grip back of the top end of the grip, by default, you're going to start hitting from the inside. It's just going to happen. And the more I do this with students, getting them to not focus on where the club is, but the bit they're actually holding, the bit they're putting forces through, the easier it gets for them to start controlling their drives to get a little bit more of that shape in there. So think about this as a drill. Next time you're practicing with your driver to get rid of that over the top action, to get rid of those slices, I want you to hit a few shots, don't worry where the ball goes, where you make demo backswings where you try and keep this end back of this end. So that circle's back of that circle, and you can even stop and look and then just chip that ball out in front of you. It's not going to go in the air because it's not enough speed. It's going to dip and go left, hopefully. But this is going to train you to feel where the bottom and the top end of the grip in relationship to each other are, and get away from the head, which so many of you cannot feel where it is. And the main reason I think so many have success with this is you're holding on to this bit, so you can control this bit easier. Because you could even think about where you're bringing your force through the club. So let's say as I start down, I'm putting force kind of on the top side of the club just to push it down. I'm not running force this way through the club to get this to catch up with this. So again, to try and feel that, you can just drop your hands down trying to keep this back from this end. And at the same time, you're not putting force that way through the grip, pushing it that way. You can feel that. That's something that's tangible for you to feel. and then you're going to find this club's coming from this better path and then out to the ball. Because we see so many golfers, they over-rotate definitely too early, but they also then want to put force this way through the shaft, also that way through the shaft, which stacks it up. The bit you're holding, controlling this end to this end, is huge. And one little bonus tip, if you're struggling to feel it, take yourself up, split your hands on the club, so hold the bottom bit with trail hand, hold the top bit with lead hand, and what you're going to find is that you're much easier to just hold that top bit back for a little longer this way, get the feeling of this end of the grip bottom being behind top, bang, and then you're going to try and apply that to your drives. In the comments down below, does that make sense or not? Is it something you've thought about and tried over just thinking about the club? And if you want to find out how far you should be hitting this driver, watch this video. It's got all the information you need.